Bailey Bunch. So as you've probably guessed, we're going to learn today how to play the theme tune of Teen Titans on our violins. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's really, really funny. But don't worry if you haven't seen it, because you'll still like the tune, I think. So as always, we're going to do 3 parts. We're going to do a really, really super easy part to get us warmed up. We're going to do a slightly more difficult part, and then we're going to play the melody. And our theme for the day is keeping our left-hand fingers really close to the strings. So when you lift them off, not disappearing all the way over here, but keeping everything really curly and on their tippy toes and close so that you can play quickly. Right, so our first really, really easy part. Every bar is a fatter than a caterpillar, and it's always on E string. So your bow just has to literally go fatter than a caterpillar, fatter than a caterpillar on E string the whole time. Now, your first finger has to play every time you see a line note. So line notes are the ones like this, where the note head goes through the line. These are our line notes. So this is an E1, fatter than a caterpillar. And then I hope you can see on the music there, we've got a space note, the next note down. So when you get the space note, that's when you're going to lift your finger off, but not too far, to reveal E string. So we've got E1 in this bar, fatter than a caterpillar. Then we've got an E in this bar, fatter than a caterpillar. Then it goes back to E1, another E1, E1, E, E1, E1. So line note on, space note off. Easy, easy peasy. We'll play it through and I'll call the notes out. Fatter than a ready play. E, E1, E, then the caterpillar 1. E, E1, E, E1, E, E1, and then it goes back to the start. So I told you it was very, very easy. So because it's not too challenging, this part, you can use this opportunity to make sure you've got your violin right on your shoulder, and that your window is open like this, so your finger can go down really easily and not have to really work hard to find the note. Right, we're going to move on now to the slightly more difficult part. So we have a mixture in this part of cats, cat, or crotchets, it's their grown-up name, and minims. And if you remember from class, the minims are 2-count notes. So they're slow bows, slow, slow. So if you think about your crotchets as being quick bows, quick, 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 slow, 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 quick, quick, and so on. And you have an even slower note at the very end here. We have a semi-breve. So for that one, you've done slow, slow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow, slow, even slow. Okay, right, so those are the rhythms. The notes. Now, I said we were going to work on keeping our fingers close to the strings. So when we play Twinkle, and we go from E to an A3, we tend to go 1, 2, 3, bow. But in this tune, we don't have time to do all of that. 1, 2, 3. So we have to learn how to put our third fingers down accurately on the tapes without putting all our fingers down first. So I'm just going to read out the notes as they appear on your music. So you start with all 3 fingers down on the A string, and you do 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, E, E, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now this is the bit I'm interested in. E, E, 3, 3. So the trick with this is to keep your third finger close to the strings, right? So if your hand is like this and your window's closed, you're either going to put 3 down and it's going to be wrong, or it's not going to make it in time because it's too far away from the strings, too far away. So open this so that your finger can be really close, and I just want to see if you can tap your third finger on the A string to these rhythms. So we're going to start with Cheeky Little Monkey. See if you can tap that rhythm. Cheeky little monkey, cheeky little monkey, fatter than a caterpillar, fatter than a caterpillar, fatter than a caterpillar. Okay, now if you can tap at that speed, fatter than a caterpillar, you're going to have no problems playing these notes. So it's 2 E's and then 2 A3s like this. And when you lift your third finger off, E, E, 3, 3, take it off just a tiny amount. E, E, 3, 3, and pretend that there's a little ladybird underneath your finger, and if you lift it off too far, the ladybird flies away. So you just lift it off a tiny little bit, then the ladybird stays there. Okay, so that's the tricky bit in this tune. It's going from E to A3. Right, everything else is okay. So that's our tricky bit there. E, E, 3, 3. Then we've got 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Off. And then we repeat the whole thing again. So let's just have a quick look at this bit, the bit that goes 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, or B, 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 D, 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 D. Now for this bit, you're going to hold your 1 down on the A string, then add your third finger, lift your third finger off, add your third finger. So all the way through that bit, your first finger just sits there. So he doesn't have to lift off because he's going to be needed again soon. So B, with your finger down, add the third finger. Lift it off a little bit, then add it again. Okay, so we'll have a little go with that part. You might need to pause it and have a little look over it because it moves quite quickly. So here's our 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A1, E, A3, A2, A1, add a 3, A1, add a 3, A1. Long 2, 3, 4, circle back, ready, go. Long, 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 long. E, A3, A1, add a 3, A1, A3, A1, A2, circle back, A3, 2, 3, 4, off. Okay, and hopefully if I was doing my job properly, you will have hardly seen any movement with my hand here, because I want these fingers to be really close. If you've got a little helper, a little sibling handy that you can exploit, you can get them to just put their hand over your fingers like this to stop your fingers from going ping and pinging off. And as always, remember to keep this lovely open hand shape here. So if that is enough of a challenge for you, that's absolutely fine. Just fast forward to the end of the video and you can try it along with the with all the parts once you have had a practice. If you would like a little bit more of a challenge and you'd like to learn the melody, then you can listen to the next bit of the video. So I'm not going to go through all of the notes because I think the music is fairly self-explanatory. It looks complicated, but I have drawn in a line every time that your bow changes to a different string. So as you can see here, you've got 3 notes on A string before you move on to the E string. And then I've written which finger you need underneath. So on the A string, you play 1, 1, 3. Then you move to the E string and you play 1, E. Then you move back to the A string, 3, 1, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully if you pause the video with the music up on the screen, you can have a really good slow look at those notes and those string crossings. So what I would recommend is playing all the notes that you get, all the fingers that you get on A string first. Stop, move, find your next finger, play the E string notes. Stop, move, play the A string notes. So stop when you get to a line in the music and really deliberately make a string crossing with your bow. There are a couple of bits that I would like to go over. So the first one is you've done da da ba ba da ba ba da da. And then in the second sentence you do 1, 1, 3, E, 1, E, 3, E. And you can see you've got to do 2 string crossings very close to each other. So we're going to try these notes, E1, E, A3, E. Right, so I want you to just try a cheeky little monkey on each one of those notes. So an E1, then an E, A3, then back to E. So E1, E, A3, back to E. Okay, and your fingers are going on, off, 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and. So if we do it with a normal rhythm, so 1 bow per note, on, off, A3, on, off, on, off, on, off. And we're listening out for a really nice clean sound, because when we have string crossings that are so close together, the danger is that we kind of get the timings incorrect. So 1, E, move to A string, 3, move to E string. Okay, it's quite fast, so that will take a little bit of practice. Right, the last little bit I want to look at in this piece before we try it. Oh, you're gonna like this. So it's the bit that goes ba da da ba ba da dum, ba da 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 ba da dum, and this is on the music. Kitty cat, 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 rest, rest. Kitty cat, 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 rest. Okay, and as you can see from the lines, you have very quick string crossings on this. And so I want to do what's called a cuckoo, what I call a cuckoo, and it's an E and then an A3. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And again, listening for a really neat string crossing, so try not to do this. Try and make sure you stop, 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 change, stop. Okay, when you've perfected a neat sounding cuckoo, you can try cuckoo, 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 and that's what we need in this tune. Kitty, cat, cat. Now if you're feeling really clever, there is a little trick that you can do. And if you put your 3rd finger down on the A string, and you can manage to tunnel over the E string, so that your finger isn't touching E string, then you can actually keep your third finger down all the way through that and just play. How easy is that? So third finger just sits there and your bow does all the work. Don't worry if you can't get that, that's quite an advanced technique, but we're going B, A, B, or 1, A, 1. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to say about this is that when you get this little symbol here, that means you have to play a down bow. So we go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then you've finished on a down bow, and the next note is another down bow. So you do a down, and then you lift back, and then you do a down bow again. So we're going to try that part now, and we'll try all 3 parts at the end. I've put the backing track on very slow, so we can try that quite slowly. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, play! 1, 2, 3, 4, lift back. A1, play. E, E1, E, A3, E, E1. Lift back, this is the fast bit. Pressed. 1, A1, lift back. E1. Lift back and start again. Right. Have a little practice of that, see how you get on with it. It is very tricky, so don't worry if it just if it's taking ages to learn. Just do your best. And I'll see you next week. Enjoy!